pẹ̀lú Diamond FM.
Diamond 88.7 FM is here to make sense out of your world through our balanced news coverage from the nooks and crannies of Nigeria and beyond. Journey with us through the news we tracked for you at this moment on your shining supreme station.
From the news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is News on the Hour.
In the headlines, U.S. orders embassy employees' families to leave Abuja over security concerns. NNPC says oil production hit 1.8 million barrels per day. Pipeline security improved. Nwosu says ADC will proceed with Congress's convention despite leadership crisis. Zamfara Assembly suspends 2 local government chairmen over alleged financial irregularities. On the foreign scene, Madagascar declares state of emergency over fuel supply concerns. And in sport news, Ademola Lookman praises Atletico Madrid's teamwork after 2-0 Champions League win over FC Barcelona. Good afternoon and thank you for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM in Ilorin. This is the news on the hour. I am Bisola Oduwole Suleiman. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Please stay with us.
We often think that mental health breakdowns sound like this.
I'm emotionally stressed. I'm emotionally downcast. I am so confused of all about life.
But in reality, they can sound like this. Don't make assumptions that people are okay just because they laugh and they smile. Everyone is going through something. Check on your friends and be kind to everyone else.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
Welcome back from that break. Please note that you can listen to us via our website www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 87 FM and YouTube Diamond FM Ilorin. Now the news in detail. The United States has ordered non-emergency embassy personnel and their families to leave its mission in Abuja, citing a deteriorating security environment. The disclosure was made by the U.S. Department of State in a travel advisory published on its official website on Wednesday, adding that it took the decision on April 8, 2026, following an assessment of the security situation in Nigeria. It emphasized the risks posed by crime, terrorism, and civil unrest across multiple regions of the country. While urging Americans to exercise caution, it maintained Nigeria's Level 3 travel advisory status, additionally classifying several states under a stricter Level 4 advisory, indicating areas where travel should be avoided entirely. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has confirmed that national crude oil production has grown from a low of 960,000 barrels per day in 2022 to an average of 1.71 million barrels per day and a peak production of 1.84 million barrels per day in 2025, owing to the establishment of the Integrated Energy Security for Pipelines in the Niger Delta. According to a statement by the company's Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Andy Ode, the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, Engineer Bashir Bayo Ojulari, disclosed this at the Parliamentary Roundtable on the state of pipeline security, which was held at the National Assembly in Abuja on Wednesday. Speaking on the success of the security arrangement, Ojulari explained that the resurgence of production due to the effective tackling of the twin menace of oil theft and pervasive pipeline sabotage has led to restoration of investors' confidence in the nation's oil and gas sector. A chieftain of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, Ralph Nwosu, has stated that the party will continue preparations for its convention and congresses and won't be distracted by the leadership crisis rocking the party, which parades some of the biggest politicians in Nigeria. Nwosu spoke during an interview on national television on Thursday, saying the party is moving on with its plans ahead of the 2027 general elections. The former party chairman also added that the ADC will inform INEC of its programs, including its upcoming national convention to select its presidential and general candidates.
We back our chairman and all of us sat together. He said we are moving ahead with our program because we submitted our program according to law to INEC and they endorsed it. All the dates they already endorsed, and by the electoral law, whether they come or not, that is their own volition. We have not violated anything. So the primaries, the congresses already started. Our national convention slated for 14th will also go on, where we validate everything we've done. Now, the other programs that we are going to run, that's where the courage of the people, because we actually don't want opportunists in ADC. We want people who are mission-driven leaders, people who are interested, people who have the courage to challenge bad system.
Still on the political scene, a Senate Minority Leader, Abba Moro, on Thursday criticized the African Democratic Congress, ADC, over its demand for the resignation of the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Joash Amukpiton, warning that such calls could further heighten political tension in the country. Moro, who spoke during an interview with journalists, cautioned against the continuous escalation of political tensions through protest and public agitation. According to him, the demand was not new in Nigeria's political history and should not be seen as the ultimate solution to electoral disputes. Still on the ADC, a high court in Adamawa State has ordered the suspension of congresses planned in the state by the African Democratic Congress, ADC. The suspension order for the Congress was scheduled to come on Thursday, April 9, 2026, was issued by Justice Ahmed Issa pending the determination of a case before the court. The case instituted by the state chairman of the party, Johanna Shehu, who is protesting his alleged exclusion from the Congress planning process, has been fixed for hearing on Wednesday, April 15. Meanwhile, the State Transition Committee of the ADC, led by Sadiq Dassin, is coordinating the planning of the congresses. Moving on from that story to Osun State, the Osun State government has been called upon to investigate a series of complaints raised by the students of the University of Ilesha following allegations of questionable charges and administrative practices within the institution. The appeal was made by the coordinator, National Association of Nigerian Students, NAN Southwest Zone D, Josiah Adeyemo, on Thursday, who said the concerns required urgent attention to safeguard students' welfare and ensure accountability. Adeyemo noted that one of the issues involved a 25,000 naira fee for entrepreneurial training programs, which according to the association had yet to be provided. He also drew attention to a 5,000 naira per session charge to access to the university's online portal, alleging that the platform remained unreliable despite payments made by students. And lastly, on the local scene, the Zamfara State House of Assembly has ordered the suspension of the chairman of Kaura Namuda and Bukuyum local government areas, Manir Mohazu Haidara and Umar A. Faru, over alleged financial irregularities. The action was taken during plenary on Wednesday, following the consideration of a report on the financial operations of the state's 14 local government councils for the 2025 fiscal year. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Speaker, Bello Madaro Korea, said the committee's findings prompted the recommendation to suspend the two chairmen due to their failure to respond to several invitations issued to them. The invitations were intended to allow them clarify issues surrounding the use of funds in their respective councils. And that's it on the local scene. The news on the hour is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM in Lorraine. We take a short break. When we return, Madagascar declares state of emergency over fuel supply concerns. We'll bring you that story on the foreign scene and some others in the world of sports. Please stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Diamond 87 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Welcome back from that break. You're still tuned in and listening to the news on the hour, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM. Lauren, before that break, we brought you local stories. Now we move on to the foreign scene. In foreign news, Madagascar's President Michael Radriarina has declared a state of emergency over concerns about energy supplies to the Indian Ocean nation. Radriarina signed a decree authorizing the government to take emergency measures to secure fuel supplies, setting the cost of petrol based on its purchase price on the international market. While Madagascar hasn't yet seen any disruption in supply, the government warned that the ongoing war in the Middle East could lead to disruptions in daily life, the economy, and the functioning of public services. Recall that power and fuel shortages in Madagascar last year led to nationwide protests that resulted in an overthrow of the government. Still in foreign news, Djibouti's national leader Ismail Omar Guelleh on Wednesday held his final campaign rally ahead of Friday's presidential election. Facing a divided and largely silenced opposition, Guelleh is expected to extend his 27-year rule of the strategically located Horn of Africa nation. Since taking office in 1999, Guelleh has ruled with an iron fist, casting himself as a guarantor of stability and turning the nation into an international military hub. Meanwhile, rights groups and critics in the country say Guelleh has repressed dissenting voices and press freedom, calling Friday's election a masquerade show, and that the result had already been decided in Guelleh's favor. And that's it on the foreign scene. Moving into the world of sports, Nigerian striker Ademola Lookman has held Atletico Madrid's Champions League 2-0 victory over Barcelona in the quarterfinal first leg tie on Wednesday night. While Diego Simeone's side defeated their hosts through goals from Julian Alvarez and Alexander Solots, Barcelona were reduced to 10 men when Pau Kubasi was sent off towards the end of the first half. Lookman, however, said the win reflected the togetherness in the team in achieving great results. Meanwhile, Barcelona's manager, Hansi Flick, disclosed that his team lost to Atletico Madrid due to lack of luck against the visitors. He also pledged that his team will fight to secure a spot at the semi-final. Still in sports news, Liverpool manager Arne Slot has explained why he left Mohamed Salah on the bench for the entire 90 minutes as they lost 2-0 to Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. Salah was not named in the Reds' starting 11 for the quarter-final first leg on Wednesday night. PSG secured their victory in the quarter-final first leg on Wednesday night through Desire and Kichiva to take control of the tie. Meanwhile, after the match, Slot claimed he excluded the Egyptian because he didn't want him to spend the last minute defending in his own box, adding that he prefers him saving his energy for upcoming games. And that's it in the world of sport. With that, we've come to the end of the news on the hour for today. But before we go, here is a recap of the major highlights. U.S. orders embassy employees' families to leave Abuja over security concerns. NNPC says oil production hit 1.8 million barrels per day. Pipeline security improved. Nwosu says ADC will proceed with Congress's convention despite leadership crisis. Zamfara Assembly suspends 2 local government chairmen over alleged financial irregularities. On the foreign scene, Madagascar declares state of emergency over fuel supply concerns. In sports news, Ademola Lookman praises Atletico Madrid's teamwork after 2-0 Champions League win over FC Barcelona. And those are the major headlines as brought to you this afternoon. Before we wrap up the news, we take a look at our Today in History segment. Did you know that on this day in 1860, the oldest known recording of a human voice was created by French inventor Edward Leon Scott, the Martinville, 20 years before Thomas Edison invented the phonograph? Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact the Diamond FM newsroom number on 091-606-27526 or 91-606-27526. Join us at 3 p.m. for the news flash and at 5 p.m. for the news across the world. For a comprehensive bulletin, don't forget to log on to our website, www.diamondfm.net, to keep up to date with us from any part of the world. Download the app on Google Play Store and iOS App Store, Diamond FM. The news on the hour was put together by Nidu Okori. I am Bisola Oduwole Suleiman. Thank you for listening to your shining supreme station. Please stay tuned for the news in Yoruba coming up shortly. Good afternoon.